Welcome back, Capricorns. Welcome back to Cosmic Dialect Tarot. If you have not already liked and subscribed to my channel, I highly recommend you do that. If you like your readings, that is. This will be a tarot reading for the Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, North Node placements for the sign of Capricorn, maybe South Node. Cross watchers, if you're here to cross watch for a sign of Capricorn person, please be respectful. All right, if you love a Capricorn and you're just curious, you're totally welcome to watch my readings. If you're here on weird terms and you're just like trying to be a stalker or like get info, please step aside, okay? Click off, watch your own reading. Capricorns, welcome back. I love you so much. You are safe in my space. Archangel Michael, Archangel Gabriel, Archangel Uriel, Archangel Metatron, please enter my space and protect me as I do this tarot reading for Capricorns, and protect my Capricorns or their cross watchers on the other side of my digital screen. All right, whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help us God. Don't make it fit, Cappy. If this isn't your message, watch, Moon, Rising placement, perhaps something along those lines. Cappy, I did my shuffle already, so we're ready to go. All right, Caps. Oh, something that came out in your pre-shuffle, Capricorn, that was like kind of loud was the Seven of Swords. Now, let's not get into the pre-shuffle talk too much, but sometimes it's like a totally separate message that happens. All right. If it doesn't hit, don't make it fit. Please don't get stuck on signs or genders. All right. Also, disclaimer, I cuss. I have a potty mouth. I'm a tattoo crazy in a good way style person. Okay. So if that's not for you, then politely click off. All right. But everyone else, thank you for being here. Subscribe, like, comment. Yeah. Go. Okay. For the sign of Capricorn, please. Trusted angels, trusted ancestors, trusted spirits, trusted guides, come into space as we read for the sign of Capricorn. What's going on for Caps? The Sun card and the Five of Cups. I want you to see my table. Okay, we have a Sun and a Five of Cups. You could be dealing with a Scorpio or a Leo person, or have that in your own chart, Cap. Somebody feels bad about something. Like that they knew all along, but refused to see. Somebody could be like noticing something that's like hard to ignore that they feel bad about. Or ashamed about. Maybe they had partaken in something that they should have had no business in. The Five of Cups. This person is ashamed, mourning a death, perhaps. Hopefully not, Capricorn. But, okay, this feeling that this person's feeling in this card is a very, they don't want to be touched, they don't want to be looked at, they don't want to be talked to, they don't want anyone to communicate with them, they just want to be left alone. They've kicked over all their cups, they're like, fuck these cups, leave me alone. I'm better off alone in my cape, over here in the rocky terrain, or where it's cold and dreary looking. So that could mean a lot of things. That could mean shame, guilt, remorse, depression, mourning a death, sadness, grief. And then the Sun card is quite the opposite of all those things. Right? Sun card. That's like the complete opposite of all those feelings that we just described. Okay, so what's going on with that? So, but the complete opposite of all those feelings? Well, that could be I mean, sometimes, no, it's not ego in this case, but it is just quite literally like the truth. The sun is hitting somebody's face. I was going to say their neck. Like, so somebody's refusing to look at it. Maybe it's this person that's in a fire because they're kind of turned around. Well, they're not, they are turned around. Maybe somebody doesn't want to see it, but I think it's hitting their face, the sun. Hopefully nobody's hitting any faces. I don't condone violence, but the sun is hitting somebody's face and they're like, how can you not get touched by the sun when it's out and you're outside and you like, the sun is like, oh, like here I am with the truth, whether you like it or not, this is what's happening. And somebody's like embarrassed, sad, or something. Let's give, oh, I don't know. I keep saying embarrassed. Somebody feels embarrassed about something. Judgment. What did we say about, oh, I love doing that too. Oh. All right, I guess somebody's smiling about this. I mean, nobody's smiling about a 5 of Cups, but this will bring you a smile if you are this, if you're like, yeah, motherfucker, what'd you think was gonna happen? What'd you think was gonna happen? We were just sitting aside and waiting. We were just taking a seat as this unfolds. Okay, could be done with this Sagittarius, Scorpio stuff again coming out with the Judgment. Sagittarian stuff as well. 8th, 9th house, 5th house. Somebody feels like judged. They feel embarrassed. There's something going on with that. Why, who, what, where? What the? That's quite a few. Oh, I'd say. Oh, I'd say. Oh, I'd say. A 3 of Swords, a Tower, a Hermit. Capricorn, you might be about to, or you are secret, like what, I don't know why it's giving like kind of a secret feeling. Like you don't really want to put it on full blast that you know, or that you're experiencing like happiness about something that might make somebody else experience sadness, because that might make you come off a little evil or devious or strange. But I get that it's like well-deserved. You should be happy about this because someone hurt you badly. Very badly. And people see it. They're highly aware of it. Okay? All these together. The Judgment card, the Sun card, and the Hermit. People are incredibly aware. All right, and they kind of want to be they want to be kind of quiet about this as well. So maybe don't go yelling off the rooftops, rooftop. Maybe don't go yelling from the rooftops, right? But like, and I do weird stuff with my language. Sometimes like certain weird accents come through, and I'm not possessed. Calm down. It's just I am a theatrical person, and I embody it and I celebrate it. Okay. It helps with my readings too. So, the Tower card. Either this is happening to somebody currently or it's about to be. Maybe you've been in this for so long that you're like, maybe you've been praying a lot or like talking to God, or divine, spirit, source, Ra, Allah, Yahweh, Jesus, whatever it is that you subscribe to, hopefully not Satan. Whatever you subscribe to has listened. It's listening. Yeah. It's been listening, and it's like giving kind of this come to Jesus moment where it's like, oh gosh, like enough is enough. Whoa. Like what has been happening to Capricorn? And look, Cap, I gotta say it, but maybe you're a cross-watcher. What's been happening to them that's here watching because of a Cap, okay? I gotta say it, don't be offended by it, move past it. You've been in this. Someone has. This is loss. This is extreme heartbreak and sadness here. Like, it could be a death with these two together. It could be a death with those two there. And there's been like, it's giving both 5D and 3D that are now fully aware of the situation. Maybe before you're like, I could pray all day, all night, and like I'm going through, like, you know, I have so much faith and I have so much hope. Maybe that's all that you feel has been kept you going. And it's working. Capricorn, it's working because something is also listening that's not just angels or your spirit team, your ancestors. You have actual human beings now listening. Isn't that always nice? We love the spiritual 5D characters to listen. We love that. That's awesome. You have a spirit team, good. But also it's kind of nice to have 3D humans also listen. Yeah. And they're doing this. They're looking at it. It was 10:11 as I looked at my clock. You could be dealing with a lot of ones and zeros, seeing it on your clock all the time. 10:10, 11:11, 1:11, or 1:23. I know that's been happening for me. I'm a stellium Capricorn. I almost said Scorpio. You might be dealing with one. There is a lot of Scorpio here with the Judgment, the Tower, and the 5 of Cups. You could be dealing with a Libra, a Virgo, or a Leo, or have that in your own chart, Scorpio. Oh, Scorpio. Whoa. Okay, so you're definitely dealing with a Scorpio somewhere. All right, Cap. My bad. But Scorpio energy is here heavily. So death, rebirth, endings, turning over the page, like things that are uncomfortable to go through. Okay? You could have been obsessing, you know, I'm trying to think about Capricorn energy. Like, you could have been obsessing about this and not, well, that's Scorpio energy too, though. But, like, you could have been trying to just, like, make sense out of things, organize it in a way that's going to be strategic and have your best interest at heart, because you know that that's what's most important to you. I'm not calling you selfish or anything, and maybe that's a projection. Maybe somebody's calling you selfish or calling you a narcissist even. You could deal with that sometimes. You know, isn't that funny when narcissists call you a narcissist? That's always fun to deal with. And you just sit there and kind of give them this look like, you really have no clue, huh? About your own personal actions and how you treat other people. That's quite strange, but okay then. And you've probably been through so much difficulties, and because this reading is intense. These are all majors except for the 5 and the 3 of Swords. Like, and some of these majors are pretty intense. What somebody found is about to make something crumble, but also don't go like print, like, depending on what else you have in your chart, you know, maybe like keep it chill, because it feels like something important is about to happen, Capricorn, and you might want to keep it like chill, because you've been going through something. Somebody's name could start with a T or an H. Okay, or Thoth, maybe Thoth stuff. You could be into Egyptian things. Yeah, just letters T and H could be of significance. You could be dealing with a Libra, a Scorpio, an Aries, a Virgo, a Leo, a Sagittarius, or have that in your own chart, Scorpio. Scorpio, dude. I keep calling you Scorpio, Capricorn. I'm sorry. Something about Scorpio energy for you. Did somebody pass away? Is there like a death thing that you need justice on? The moon. A lot of celestial vibes coming in. You could be dealing with a Cancer or a Pisces as well. There's some like strange water energy here, but not quite strange in a bad way. It doesn't feel bad. It feels just heavy is all. With this Tower stuff, this Judgment stuff, this 5 of Cups stuff, and now the moon on the bottom. Something feels like it's been hard, like you're moving through quicksand, Capricorn. And maybe you're like at the, you know, like you've been like dealing with the quicksand, and people pass you by with their little lanterns, and they're like, oh yeah, that looks difficult. Yeah, that looks difficult. And you're like, can I get some help, please? Can somebody help me, please? And they're just like, oh, I gotta go. And you're like, okay, you were here. And, you know, quicksand goes kind of slow, even though it's called quicksand. But, like, you know, and now you're here. And other people pass you by with their lanterns, like, oh, hey. And you're like, can somebody help me, please? Please? And they're like, okay, gotta go, bye. And you're like, now you're here at the net, like, in the quicksand. You're like, okay, here I go. Like, you know, better plug my nose or put my snorkel on, or which I don't have access to, because nobody warned me about these things. I would have a snorkel and like full goggles, a snorkel that reaches like fucking 10 feet high or some shit, because it seems like it's gonna take a while. You might be fucking frustrated, but it feels like just at the end there with your hands up, and they're like, I think we see Capricorn. I think we see It's like, finally. My whole body was out here before, like, hey, and then on just the tip of your fingers or at the top of the quicksand, like, please. You can't even speak anymore. It's just your hands, like, someone, someone, and they're like, we need to help Capricorn. I think it's happening. I think it's happening, Cappy. Something feels very tender, like you've been waiting very patiently for something. And like you've had your angel team. I'm trying to not get all emotional, like, because I feel like crying now. You've had your angel team and your trusted ancestral team, like riding for you and rooting for you and like helping you through very difficult situations that people maybe didn't believe or want to believe. Because maybe what you're talking about is difficult to understand or difficult to believe. Or, you know, we all our family and friends, we all have things that we're dealing with that are difficult. And so maybe your load was an extra load and you're like, I'm not trying to trauma dump on anybody, but this is serious. And they're like, yeah, you know, they're like, Capricorn's always been a little like crazy. And you're like, okay, well, I've done enough at this point. Now I'm just going to be here in the quicksand and hopefully I make out of this. And I think you will be. It feels like you will be, Capricorn, and it's going to be some like poetic justice moment. Let's get more, please, for Capricorn. Let's get my other deck. Hold on, this one. The moon wants to be here. Oh, we got the sun and the moon. So here's that celestial balance. Yeah, and we just had that full moon in Capricorn on the 29th, Cap. 9, 10, 11. You could be dealing with Aquarius or have Aquarius in your chart. Again, with the ones, the 1, 1, 11, 11, 1, 1, 1. Somebody could work in tech with the ones and the zeros and like the, you know, kind of robotic technology, like ones and zeros on a screen type of like Matrix vibes. You could feel like you were stuck in a Matrix or somebody was keeping you stuck in a Matrix and like you've busted out of it and you've just been waiting for people to like take the red pill or get off the blue pill or whatever, you know. Or vice versa. Okay, don't come for me, but like, pretty sure that's it. Yeah. Four of Cup, 10 of Sword. The Emperor. We are at 1740. 8, 12. Could be dealing with a Pisces or have that in your chart, Cap. Or a Gemini, or a Cancer, or Aries, Taurus, Libra. Again with the Libra stuff, right? Oh, because the 3 of Swords.